This is video 3, building the checkbox display example on PDLB software for the Pico Display baseboard. The code for this video and more information is at the GitHub site, and links are provided at the end of the video. The information presented in these videos on PDLB should work as well on any PicoMite board that supports the SSD 1963 LCD display. As this channel covers multiple microcontroller solutions over time, please subscribe to stay informed and click like, as that really helps. In this video, we continue to work with building a display page using the PDLB software. In this session, we explain checkbox, we demonstrate the resize feature, we demonstrate the escape key, and we will begin by showing you a clip on using the example. This is the checkbox display demo. Unlike radio buttons, any checkbox can be checked or unchecked in a frame. Okay, let's create the display. We begin by creating a project folder called Video 3. We do that by going to the File pull-down menu, looking for a new project folder. We select it. We make sure that we're in the Workspace folder. We click the new folder. We type in Video 3. We'll hit Enter. That will put the value down here, and now we can select it, and we have Video 3 as our project. Now let's save the source file. So we're going to save as, we're going to put checkbox display.source. We'll save it and make sure that it shows up in the information strip. Very good. Now we're ready to add controls. Let's drag the frame control to the center of the screen. We'll go and change the caption to checkbox demo. Save that. Now we'd like to have this box a little bit bigger, so let's select the checkbox. Sorry, let's select the frame to make sure that we have it in our context, and then right-click to do the resize feature. When you do that, you're going to get a little yellow box in the lower right-hand corner of the control. Click on it with your mouse. So I've left-clicked, and that changes the cursor to this pointer. So now I can drag this off to the right and let go. I can move it again and click and let go. When I'm done, I can right-click and do the release resize and say update, or I can press the escape key on the keyboard to release it. By the way, you can also use the escape key feature to release any of these controls that you're trying to start. Let's say we started by clicking on a button, and now we have it in our cursor, and we need to place it on the canvas. Well, we've changed our mind, so press the escape key, and that puts us back to an arrow cursor. And you can see that we press the escape key to stop the action. Alright, let's add the checkboxes. So I'm going to add the first checkbox, change its caption to CB1, and I'm going to set its default to 0. I'm going to add another checkbox right below it, CB2, set its default to 0. Add a third checkbox right below it. Enter in its caption, CB3, and its default of 0. Just line that up a little bit and save it. Okay, now we're ready to add the display box. So the display box, we'll click on it, select it. We're going to add a value of MSG $, and hit update. Oh wait, we'd like to resize it. So how do we do that? Well, we select the display box, make sure we have its context. Then we can right click again, drag this out to where we want it, let go, and release it. And make sure you click the update button. If this is too wide, you can always come in to the properties box and resize it. And the same for the frame. It's just nice to use the resize function to position the controls initially and get a feel for what layout works best. Okay, we've got everything in, we've got all the defaults. Let's save it and generate everything and take a look at what we've got so far. Okay, we've got all the controls, we have their defaults set in the initial area as well as inside the code, inside the do loop. Alright, so let's add the final touches, which is the captions. Caption. So here we're going to type a message to our user of click any check box. Alright, we'll add another caption right above the display. Oops, didn't mean to do that. We can right click it. Okay, and make sure you have the context, right click it, and delete it. Alright, caption. Display items checked. Alright, let's generate the code again. Take a look at it. We've got our captions in, we've got our controls in, we've got all the defaults. What else do we need? Oh, we need code. So how do we do that? Well, as you recall, you can go to the global properties, come to the code field, and type in the name of a code file. And I happen to have a file here called Checkbox Display Code. And we'll put it into this box right here. Check box display code.txt. I'll save it. And then we need to make sure to put this file into the video 3 file. So let's find video 3. Here's all of our files for our project. We'll take this and we'll copy it and place it into our box. And what does this file do? Well, it's not doing, we don't need to initialize anything because we've done that all inside the controls. So it's just building the message. So you can see here it sets the message to blank, and then it adds CB1 if the first checkbox is checked. So checking a checkbox, unchecked returns a 0 and checked returns a 1. So as you check each of these checkboxes, it'll build the message as we saw in the demo. Alright, let's generate the code again and review it. Okay, so we have all the controls, we have the defaults, and we have our code file added. It's a fairly simple code file, agreed, but it makes it nice and for our program. All right, we can use an add-on, click the add-on, that'll put all that basic code into the Edit program, which we can then use to deploy it by clicking this button. That brings up the control center, and it pushes the code to the PicoMite and executes it. And that's the demo that we saw at the beginning of the session. Thank you very much. In this video, we learned about the checkbox control and how it differs from a radio button. We used the right-click context menu to resize a control and release it,